Hey Zach, it's William Roseberry. Um, Wanted to give you an idea of what we were looking at having done over at our home here in Virginia. So if you notice up at the top of the road, the mailbox is up in the distance just as this white truck is passing. That is where the driveway begins. It comes all the way down through here. Now we own a total of 12 acres. So as far as you can see up to the road, I don't know, quarter of a mile, half a mile down the road, we own that property. And then, about another football field past where the tree line is, all of that is wooded. Now, all of this land, we're not really looking to do anything with. So that part I'm not really worried about. One day we're going to come and have somebody bring in some fill dirt to level this out so that it doesn't, the river, of course, will flood some, but what we don't want is standing water there. So the goal is to eventually level that out. Up here at the house is the problem that we're trying to get corrected. So if you notice, all of these rocks, about fist size rocks, obviously some bigger, quite a few a little bit bigger. The entire land through here is just full of these rocks. So our thought was, instead of trying to plant grass in between all of these rocks, if we can dethatch this, and of course I use that word dethatch, I think it's more for removing Bermuda grass, dead grass, but that's the only word I can think of to try to get rid of these rocks. Do we scrape it, get rid of the rocks altogether? Notice they're just all over the property line. I'll take you around the side. So the only part that we want to have done is here to the retaining wall. Anything down below, we're not, that's always going to be in risk or danger of flooding, so we're not worried about that. The thought is take these rocks and build some sort of fire pit over here. Take the bigger rocks, put them in a circle, with the fire pit. The rest of the rocks, we can just leave around for a fire pit itself, just, I don't know, maybe 15 by 15, depending upon how many rocks there are. I got a feeling we're not going to be in short supply of rocks. I'll put it to you that way. You can see where the rocks, hopefully this video comes out okay, you can see where it's rocks everywhere. Same thing over here on the side of the house. Now, again, we don't want to go past these trees. Like all of that's just acres of we're just going to leave the land alone. An area over here where you can see some of these rocks, we're not worried about that. So main thing is just being able to have grass, maybe from the pine trees down around through here, around the house. I'm parking where there should be grass, where we'd like to have grass one day. If you notice, front yard, same thing, just, nice sized little rocks. Now, while you're here, if you have time and can put mulch, plant some bushes along the side here. I wouldn't even worry about the front there, to be honest. Then that'd be great. But if you don't have time, depending upon how long it takes to get rid of these rocks and try to plant some grass, and I'm not worried about it. I have no clue what these things are. They look like 3-gallon buckets that were filled with cement. I don't know, maybe one day the porch came out this far and that's what they tried to use. I'm not sure, but all in through here, of course, where my car's sitting is where we like to have grass. And then anybody parks, they can just park on the gravel. If we need to make a little turnaround here to where they can turn around and not do it in the yard, we can do that. The previous owners planted, listen at me, built the foundation for a garage and never built it, never finished it. I'm not sure what we're going to do with this. We had thought about having it, building it up, having it covered, putting a, fire pit. That's down the road. We thought about even just pouring concrete inside it, maybe do some stamped concrete or something, I don't know, but that's again down the road. So this isn't something that you would even mess around with, nothing you'd have to worry about. And again, all of this area through here is nothing you would be worried about either. I mean, all of that grows just fine, no issues there. You can even see on the other side of the driveway, that needs more dirt just to build it up a little bit, because sometimes water would just sit down there and puddle up past those 2 oak trees. But we're not worried about you doing that. The main thing is grass here around the house. What we've noticed when people were coming up and staying in November and December, of course, they're dragging dirt into the house. That's all there is out here. Now, while you're here, stay an extra several days and enjoy being up here. I mean, this is called Wolf Creek. They stock it once a month with rainbow trout. I would say deepest levels, probably anywhere between 6 to 8 feet down and through here. If you catch them, the wildlife, you'll actually see them come over. They'll park a truck and you'll see them throwing the rainbow trout into the river here. And they stock it. It's 2 miles downstream, so if you hopped on a float, floated down 2 miles, you would end up in the New River. And they stock it about another half mile up the river. So this 2.5 miles is completely stocked with rainbow trout. Now, as far as the town itself, now the house is 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath. So when you're staying here, if you want to invite some friends, have your family come up, there's plenty of room for everybody. You're more than welcome to stay. And remind me, I can send you the links to these websites. Let's see if I can pull it up. So one of the things that Virginia, this county, Giles County, is known for is they've called themselves Virginia's Mountain Playground. Because I think there's 22 miles of the New River flows through this county. So of course, when it's warmer, you can obviously tube. Not today. It's only 45 degrees. So it's not terribly cold. I'm comfortable outside. There's a place down the road where you can hire a pro to take you down the river and fish, keep you dry, if you notice. Of course, you can rent kayaks, float down the river. One of the guys that did the renovations, well, let me get to that later. There's also a lot of areas where you can hike, take the family up to Cascade Trails. Cascade Falls is closed during portions of the river, but you can still go up there. The waterfall actually freezes. They say it's one of the coolest things to see. We haven't gone up there yet. It hadn't been cold enough up here to really snow or freeze. A couple of times it got, in the 30s, but It's similar to Charlotte weather. It's usually about 5 to 10 degrees cooler. So if you notice Charlotte, we haven't really had the cold weather where it freezes, and kind of the same thing here. Tomorrow, even though the mountains are getting snow, like the mountains of North Carolina, here they're mostly predicting flurries, highs in the upper 30s, low 40s. So it's not going to stick, and it's currently not cold enough outside to stick anyway once it hits the ground. So as far as while you're here, there is a company down the road that we had used called Reese's Building Supply. These guys are awesome. They supplied everything for our house, all the materials. I think we ended up spending about $80,000 at their store, so they know us pretty well. Not only do they sell all of the things, there are some things that they will actually deliver. You'd have to talk to them about that. They do have, mulch, dirt. More importantly, they know if they don't supply it, they'll tell you who does, and they'll be able to, they're right here in town, probably 3.5 miles from the house here. There's also another gentleman named Spider, cool dude. He was one of our general contractors who did a lot of the interior and exterior work, mostly interior, so you can see what he's done as far as helping us get the house back into shape, because it was a foreclosure, so it was completely torn apart. But Spider knows everybody, and I think the trouble that he and Ed have, his business partner, is getting people to work. He said they just, they were willing to help do the yard and fix the yard for us, but he said, William, I know where to get the topsoil. He said, the problem is I can't get anybody who's willing to go down there with their truck and go get it and bring it up here for you. He's been trying to do that since September last year. and just, again, nobody wants to work. I don't know who this is. But to my point, he could stop by, show you around, give you names, phone numbers, people to call, where to get supplies, stuff like that. He knows everybody, and just genuinely a good dude. So I hope this video kind of gives you an idea of what's up here, what we're looking for. And, like I said, however long you can sneak away, come up, help us out, do as little or as much as you can. That would be greatly appreciated. Stay longer, bring the family, go fishing. Like I said, there's plenty of areas up here to go fishing. Right now, walleye and muskie are the big things biting up on the New River. So it's their season, and here you got rainbow trout. So we'll probably be out there fishing a little bit later on this afternoon. So take care, buddy. Call me if you have questions. Talk soon.